What is up, guys? It's JBradCZ here coming at you another video. And today is actually more of a special video because you're looking at a server. This is actually my single player server. I've been playing this, getting ready for Ark Aberration. And so I've just been playing this to have fun. So I have everything boosted. However, when I play Ark Aberration, I'll be using these same settings just to make it fun for single player. For multiplayer, it's my server's still going. I'm taking a little break. I do it this way. I upload in bulk, guys, so don't worry about that. But today we're talking about Ark Aberration. If you don't know, TwitchCon's going on right now. It started yesterday. I'm hoping to get this video out tonight, which is the 21st, and I believe it goes on till Sunday. I believe so. So it's all weekend, guys. Check out survivetheark.com. Not survivetheark.com. Check out Survive the Ark on Twitch. I'll post a little thing. I'll try to. I'm bad at editing. I'll post it. And what you guys are going to do is go to that on Twitch. And starting at 12 o'clock, I believe, every single day. So today and tomorrow, but this might be over. So Sunday. 12 o'clock PST time, so if you're in Eastern time, it'll be 3 o'clock. They start their live streams, and it's different live streamers beta testing the game. It's pretty cool. I loved it. I watched 8 hours of it yesterday, and that's why I feel confident enough to be able to give you a good enough background on this game so far. So I'm just going to mess around as I talk, but I'm going to be trying to look over here at the same time. I actually might be saying still, guys, but we're mainly talking. So first off, I want to point off something right away. I am not going to be posting any pictures or anything in this game because I want to leave it to your ability to go check it out. I'm not sponsored by anything. I am not taking away videos from Twitch. I'm not taking videos away from Survive the Ark, any type of that, because I am not dealing with any things that could cause an issue with my account. YouTube account and all that. I don't want like get in trouble is what I'm saying. I probably wouldn't get in trouble, but I'm not going to do it. You can check out the trailer as well. It gives you a lot of it. I could post, but I'm not going to. I don't feel the need to post more views, to post the trailer again just to get more views on my channel. But anyways, guys, so first of all, first thing I'm going to start off with is the release date. I check Twitter every single day for the past like 2 weeks. Twitter and the actual store page for this for release date. It always says October 2017. Well, guess what? It's gonna be most likely November. They delayed it by a few weeks, they said, only because they're finishing up on a few things. However, they decided to do something slightly different than what they did with the last DLC. One, they're adding more content than the last DLC. There's going to be more content than ever before, for one. But the main thing is what they decide is they're going to be using the details the streamers give to possibly work it into the game. So depending on how the streamers react to the game and what they think should be changed or altered or added in, they might be adding that. They might be taking those comments they said and putting it into the game and to make the game better, at least the DLC better. So the release they said it's a few weeks out to a month. They didn't really say a month, but they said a few weeks out, and it could lead to. So a few weeks out, as in you're looking at maybe the end of the first week of November, if not the second week of November, for the first couple weeks, they said. So yeah. So that's the main thing everyone's been working out. The second thing that isn't this will actually affect the whole game. This will affect both Aberration, Scorched Earth, and both. All Aberration, Scorched Earth, the center, and the island, and Ragnarok. Is the Structures Plus mod is actually becoming an official mod. This ain't really part of Aberration, but they mentioned this. However, they're taking parts of Structured Plus, which means they're not taking everything from the actual mod, but they're putting it into the actual base game. So when you open up engrams and all that, you'll have Structured Plus stuff in here automatically. So they might be fixing a few things within here. However, they're not they're not making it a mod, which like I said, they're adding it to the base game, which means it's not a mod you have to add to your server. It should automatically be added, is what they're saying. Yeah. So there's that. So now we're going to get into the actual Aberration. So Aberration, there are 4 biomes currently. However, I'm not quite sure if one of the biomes is a biome or if it's just part of the map. I'm not 100% sure because the beta doesn't, like, the videos only let you into 2 biomes. But they're saying 4 biomes. However, there could be 5 if you don't count one of them biome. The first key one is the surface. So, if you don't know, Aberration is a malfunctioning Ark, which means you have to live underground. So this whole DLC is based on being underground, being in caves. However, it's not going to be like the caves on the island and all that where it's tiny. No, it's massive. Like, I mean, you might as well just take this world and put a roof over it and then put random rock ledges all around where you could build. That's pretty much what this is. And then there's 4 biomes within that. But the first one is the surface. Like I said, this is the one I'm not sure if it's a biome or not. I'm looking over here, but I should be looking there. So what I mean is, so the surface, you can get to the surface. You can actually climb and fly to the surface. However, doing so during the day, you will die. The surface is not to be reckoned with. You go up there, you will die. You build up there. Over time, your structures will be destroyed. It's not instant, but your structures will be destroyed over time. It's almost like a higher level decay. Even if you have decay off, it'll be destroyed. It just super strong there. So they recommend going up there at night. You won't get killed at night. The other thing is, guys, there's certain materials up there that are like key to building this game. So no matter what, you're gonna have to go to the surface. There's special metals and all that up there that you'll have to get. The second chamber, which is the main chamber, everyone will usually spawn in right away because it's an easy area, kind of like the locations on this. There's areas as well. Is the fertile chamber. Fertile chamber is you've seen it in the trailer. There's a hole in the ceiling, and from the surface, and that brings in light, and it's almost like you're in the woods. Not as dense woods though, but you're in the woods, and there's rivers and water and trees and giant mushrooms, and yeah. Pretty much that's the fertile chamber. That's the easy area, so there's grasslands. You can build there. Everyone's most likely going to build there. And that is more the upper levels. So the cave system goes downwards in a way, but it goes everywhere. First of all, I'm not sure if you can get to the surface right away without like advancing in the game. So don't ask me on that. Go away. How do you get in here? I don't know. He got in here. Well, he's gonna die. I'm gonna get away from him so it's not really lagging. But pretty much yeah. So where's that? But anyways, so the fertile chamber is where everyone's mainly gonna start. Now there is, and then we're gonna go to the next chamber. Well, no, we'll start with fertile chamber. So fertile chamber, like I said, you have the trees, giant mushrooms, rivers, all that. Well, then you go to the poison. Then you go to the poison guy. However, so instead of weather effects, there's elemental effects. Environmental. There's my word. Environmental effects. First one is you have poison gas. There are gas things on the ground. There are gas things on the ground. So if you, kind of like oil veins, not like underwater oil veins, but if you remember Scorched Earth, the oil veins on the ground, well, it's slightly smaller, and it's gas. However, the gas is toxic to you. It will suffocate you if you get too close. But it will be used in game. I'll get to that in a bit. The next one is Noxious Gas. Now, Noxious Gas kind of gives the beer effect, so like drinking alcohol in the game, and how it gives that weird effect over your screen, and your character like looks weird. Pretty much, that's what this is, and it's caused by weird mushrooms, and you'll see this on the ground all over the place, and it's caused by mushrooms. The next thing is radiation. Radiation you'll get from the sun, but there's also little pockets of it within the caves. I don't know how to view this one. I didn't really see much people get hit by radiation, but yeah, there's radiation. Then, and one of the huger, more environmental effects is earthquakes. However, earthquakes just shake the ground. There is no like key thing that earthquakes actually do. Like, they haven't decided if they're going to use it to hurt buildings a little bit, because they happen so often that it could be devastating to a base. So they're trying to work in numbers if it's going to do damage or not. It's more of an annoyance currently. But with earthquakes, stuff can fall from the ceiling, special materials and all that, and rocks. The rocks don't kill you that I know of, but you can get special materials. The next thing, well, that would be those things. Now we go into some of the new resources. They didn't really say much. So besides gas from the gas veins on the ground, that's one resource. But another resource is charge. Now this is major. Charge is like your water resource in Scorched Earth. You need it to live. Well, charge you don't need really to live, because you don't like absorb it. But charge is meant for your animals, your dinos. Certain dinos, almost all dinos are affected by charge in a positive or negative way. Positive way, it will benefit you. Negative way, it will hurt the dino and you, most likely. But charge is, you'll go around and you'll see these huge charge nodes. Charge nodes, you don't build on them, they're automatically there. You want to build around them though, because when your dinos that require charge, you don't have to have charge to play the game, but it's very beneficial to have it because it helps a lot. Charge will pretty much power your dinos when around it, like just stationary. You don't have to do anything better. As well, it can be used as an energy source for your buildings, and for your weaponry or anything like that. So that's a huge benefit. And there's different ways to get charge, but also you can make elemental stuff. The top tier stuff. You can actually make it at those charge locations. However, it's quite expensive, so get used to that. Then, I forgot to write something down. Let me write that down. Alright, there we go. Another key item is gems. Now, there's 3 types of gems, they said, and they're used in different construction. And they're found in different areas. And some are rarer than others. It's kind of like the pearls. You have the dark silica pearls and the white silica pearls. It's kind of like the same thing. You don't really mine them, you just pick them up. So there's that. Then we're going to get to our next chamber, which is the only other chamber that was mentioned, and that's the Bioluminescent Chamber. Bioluminescent Chamber is kind of like your blue mushroom type deal chamber where you fly in, everything's blue, but it's like, there's no like skylight, everything's lit up. So there's water, there's in the background, but it's lit up and everything else. And that's your second biome that most people will end up heading to. And in there, you can get a lot of stuff as well. That's just one of the other second chambers, and it's just as big. It's massive. It has a lot of tree vines and everything else, so yeah. We're gonna go into creatures. Go with creatures. First thing I'm going to start off with actually is aberration forms. Aberration forms are forms that look just like, say, the frog and everything else. And that. They look exactly like the dino. However, they are glowing orange at night. Like, not fully, but like they have patches on their skin that glow orange. And that's how you can determine what is an aberration form from a regular form if transferred to another server. Which leads me to another thing. Dino transfers, you cannot transfer dinos anymore. Well, no, that's wrong. You can't transfer dinos from any other Ark server to Aberration, but you can transfer Aberration dinos to any other Ark server. So there's your catch. Unless you are on a non-dedicated server or playing single player, you can't transfer. The reason for that is because there's no flyers. They wanted to remove the flyers from the thing to make it a challenge type deal. However, instead of flyers, you have gliders, which leads to our next creature, which is the rock drake. The rock drake is your first glider and your main glider. And I think the only glider. I'm not 100% sure. Not all the creatures were mentioned, and you've seen this in the trailer. The rock drake can, it's flat. It kind of glides, and it can rock climb and all that, as well as turn invisible. So that'll be one of your key ones. However, you're not going to be able to tame them easily because just like wyverns have their wyvern den, rock drakes are going to have their own den. Now that does not count as a biome, I believe, but that's going to be part of a biome. And that's where you'll tame rock drakes. They do turn invisible even when hidden, so be careful on that because they will still wreck you. And you can still see them. Their invisibility is not perfect. You can still see them in the day. It's harder at night. And if you are riding one and attack something and turn invisible, they can still hit you. But they might be changing that a little bit because they figured that out during some of the live streams today, and they thought that should be changed a little bit. Another one is your Bulldog. It looks like a little pug turned into a dino. And you guys seen that? It's a thing they pet and it fell down on its face. Yeah, so that's actually more of a light source animal. It's the only benefit is its light source. And the light source is powered by charge. And that charge puts a little, one, it acts as a light source, and two, it protects you from the Nameless. Now, the Nameless you've seen at the end of the trailer, it popped up behind that weird looking T-Rex looking thing, which I'll get to in a second. The Nameless are pretty much alienized humans type deal, humanoids. And they do damage. If you do not have, they are weakened by charge though. So if you have that little Bulldog, which you can equip on your shoulder and run around with, if you have that Bulldog on your shoulder and it's doing your little circle, it will actually, when the creatures attack you, they will weaken it a lot, and you can just kill them easily. So we'll go to our next thing that everyone's seen is the crab. The crab is a giant crab. It can pick up dinos. I'm talking like stego size. It can pick up 2 stegos and smash them in the ground, pick up players, all of the above. It can't pick up another crab though. It can't pick up a Spino that I know of, but it can pick up stegos, which is surprising, and smashes it and kill it. It's just really a beast dino. New dino. Then we have a charge bug. We'll get into a charge. The charge bug is kind of like your jug bugs in Scorched Earth. It'll allow you to take a dino. Or no. Okay. Yeah. Take a dino that requires charge. I mean, dinos don't need charge, but that's what powers them in a way to like light up areas and all that. So that's kind of key anyways, but they don't need charge. You can have them without charge, but they don't benefit you then. But the charge bug, if you find one flying around, just like a jug bug, walk up to it and collect the energy from it. And if you're having a shoulder pet that requires charge, he can absorb that and it'll charge him on the go. So you don't have to find one of those nodes. We'll get to there, and then we'll get to a couple other things. The first one, this one I want to mention. They mentioned a goat, so I guess there's an Aberration goat type deal. You've probably seen it in some of the sneak peeks, which I think is in one of the sneak peeks. However, it wasn't in the thing, but the producers hinted towards a goat, which, I mean, I guess it's going to be used for taming in some way, kind of like the goats on here. The other one is the Reaper and Reaper Queen. However, I don't know if they're different or there's only one thing. A Reaper Queen is a boss. Now, this gives me to a key thing. I don't know if there's giant obelisks, kind of like the one in the video here, or in the game. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see any obelisks at all through this thing. So I think the bosses are just scattered throughout the map. But the one boss is a Reaper Queen. They said it'll be tameable. I'm not 100% sure of that. I think the Reaper Queen is not tameable, but Reapers are, if there's such thing as Reapers. That was another thing they kept hidden. A Reaper Queen, they didn't keep hidden. You were allowed to verse it. However, it's super strong and you need a lot of stuff. And so they tested the streamers to go kill it. And someone cheated and used force tame because they gave him cheats. So he force tamed it. And it said you could ride it. So it might be kind of like the one Spider Queen where you can knock it out after so long and tame it. I forgot the key name. I suck at name, guys, so I'm sorry. But yeah, so that'd be probably what you could do on that. So there is that, which leads me to another thing. There is something called impregnation, which is caused by a Reaper. And since this game led towards aliens type deal, they kind of took the Alien movie in a way and did this, which I don't think should be right. I don't know, copyright? But they did it anyways. I keep looking over here. Sorry guys, but I don't care. But anyways, impregnation is caused by a Reaper. And I don't know if that means you can tame it when it's born, but if you know what I mean, a Reaper is the big dino in the end that looks like a Rex. That was actually a Reaper Queen in the video. Like I said, I don't know if there's Reapers and Reapers Queens, but that makes more sense if there's Reapers and Reaper Queens. But a Reaper impregnates you. I don't know how, but it does. Probably hitting you in a certain way or something like that. I don't know. But pretty much what that does is over time, you'll have a Reaper burst out of your chest. Like, after the timer runs out, it bursts out of your chest. However, it doesn't kill you that I know of. I don't know if the person, because they showed it on stream. I don't know if it killed him. It would have killed him, because I didn't know if he was running cheats or not. But yeah, it bursts out of your chest and take off and all that. And I don't know if you can tame it or not. The person tried force taming it, but it runs super quick. So if you're impregnant and you want to test that out, make sure you're in a little box. So it can't run away. And it takes like an hour and a half. And I don't know if you die if it goes away or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. Because sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. That I seen, I'm not 100% sure again. Alright, so that's all I know for the creatures so far. That I seen. I mean, you have a lot of the base dinos in here. So like a bunch of them. Not all of them obviously, but a bunch of them base dinos just in aberration forms in the game. Next thing I want to talk about is buildings and tools that are new, which is actually our last topic. So, first key thing I thought of when I was reading this is where are you going to build? Like, you're in a cave system. Where are you going to build? It's not like super flat, but it's all over the place. Like up, down, left, right, side. Yeah. And so I'm just thinking, where are you going to build in multiplayer? Well, they added cliff platforms. Now, they're kind of like tree platforms that go on redwood forest, but cliff platforms can clip into rocks. Like they're connected to rocks, and you can build it along mountains. So that's pretty cool. So you'll be able to build a cliff base like that. Another one is zip lines. Zip lines will be your other form of transportation besides a rock drake, and that's from getting from part of a base to another part of a base. You set up a zip line and you just ride it all the way down. Another thing, guys, is a hazmat suit. Hazmat suits are your key thing to survive all the poison gas, noxious gas, radiations, and anything else that might be in there. That was just the ones they mentioned already. But apparently, certain parts of the actual suit do different things. So if you have the helmet, it'll protect you from the gas parts, but it won't fully protect you from the radiation. If you have certain parts, it does certain things. Apparently, is what they mentioned, but I didn't quite see that. I mean, I seen maybe with radiation, but even so, I didn't see really any radiation. Because no one could actually get to the surface, and no one actually found any in the game. On the surface, the radiation suit the hazmat suit can actually protect you from the sun. However, you will still die. You're still going to die if you're up there during the daylight. Even with that on. It's not going to fully protect you. So you can actually alternate that between things. Another key thing is a wingsuit. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the wingsuit connects to your armor, so you can wear armor with the wingsuit. But that'll be your third form of transportation. And it's, again, acts like a glider. So you can fly around and glide. All that. That thing died. So you can glide around and like that, just like the rock drake. And you can actually use the next item, a climbing picks, at the same time. So you can fly towards rocks and connect it into the rock and climb up that. But we'll get to the rock climbing picks in a second. So yeah, there's the wingsuit there. However, they did mention that even in PvP, they might remove the wingsuits, which in my opinion is stupid. Why would you remove wingsuits in PvP? It's part of it. So I don't know what they're doing there. I just heard some mention of that. The next thing is a rope ladder type deal. Kind of like the rope ladder we already have. However, this rope ladder, once built, you can actually pick it back up and place it somewhere else. However, you can also place it, and it will go all the way down until it hits the ground, no matter the distance. So that would be very beneficial rather than placing a bunch of 50 freaking ladders all the way down. Which leads to now our climbing picks. Our climbing picks are literally what you think. They're ice picks that you climb the rocks. However, I'm pretty sure it uses stamina. And when you run out of stamina, it ejects you. So a wingsuit and climbing picks are needed. But you climb with the climbing picks, and yeah, you just climb rocks. You can climb trees. They have it in a weird way where it tells you where you can kind of go with a little arc, green arc or red arc. Red arc meaning you can't go there type deal. And then a blue arc means you're at the top and you hop over and you can run. So they did that kind of detail. Now going back to our poison gas and gas nodes I said are on the ground, there is gas collectors, and that's how you'll collect the gas. And you'll be able to use that for your system. I'm pretty sure it'll act like the gas you use normally to run your systems. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then that leads to the final thing, which I thought was most interesting out of all these structures, is they made a little like bed chamber thing. Like, it looks like a clone chamber. Like you hop in, it clones you. However, it's not that. It's a bed chamber thing. You hop in it, and it actually heals you from any diseases, cures your hunger, cures your thirst, and all that while you're asleep in it. As well as it gives you an XP bonus while you're sleeping in it. So if you log off in the bed, it will give you a XP bonus when you wake up. However, they made a limit, so you can't just sleep in there for 5 months and come out of it and be like max level. So yeah, so they did that. They also did this. It has 15,000 health, which means if you're sleeping it, it's going to take C4 to blow it up, to kill you. So you just be aware of that. That actually helps. The other key thing about it is it cannot be used by another player. So you build it, you use it. Another player cannot use it even if you're not sleeping in it. It's literally claimed to you. So that's actually kind of interesting. Which means actually in there, I'm pretty sure no one can steal your stuff as well. So say you're in a tribe that you don't trust, you take all the stuff and sleep in a biochamber. They have to blow you up in order to get to it, which is also interesting. I mean, I guess you could demolition it, but that'd be stupid. I'm hoping they fix that too, where they can't demolition it with you in there. But yeah, so that's everything that was mentioned and is seen so far in the Aberration. They are going to release a confirmed release date coming after TwitchCon, within the week or two, which could be also like the update, the actual DLC. So yeah, we don't know, but you're looking at November most likely for this update or for this DLC. But they said after TwitchCon they're going to be having a more confirmed date released when this thing will come out. And if they say November 2017, I'm going to be pissed. Because I've been waiting for October 2017 and we're on the 21st of October. So yeah. So that's everything, guys, that I've seen. I've played. Hope this is more informational. It wasn't really a video. I can't multitask very well. I can literally run around mindlessly, but I have a little card that I read everything off of that I took notes on to make sure I gave it to you right with the correct names. Get to the engrams. They hid the engrams in the beta, so you don't really know what to expect there. Like you couldn't tell what was coming and all that, names and stuff. They hid that from them, because they're also still working on it, on like what the costs to like build stuff is and everything else. And like the cost of the engrams as well. So yeah, so there's that, guys. Other than that, hope you enjoyed. Again, hope this is more informational than anything else. Don't forget to hit the like button as well as subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.